Okay, so thank you all so much for joining us. We've got a small group this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. I'm talking from the UK, which is why it's evening here. My name's Fiona Goddard. I'm the Senior Education Consultant at Whizz Education. I've been involved with teaching for the last 30 years as a class teacher and also supporting teachers as a maths consultant. I've got Stephanie hosting with me today, and I'm just going to hand over to her so she can introduce herself to you.
Thanks, Fiona. Hi, I'm Stephanie. I am currently the Education Success Partner here in the US. I'm also a former math teacher, so I definitely sympathize with what you guys are going through right now, and just happy to help.
Thank you, Stephanie. So, we are in uncharted waters, and none of us could have prepared ourselves for the current situation we find ourselves in. And, how we support our students is evolving all the time. And we really appreciate these are difficult times to manage your class learning from a distance. And first of all, we just want you to know that we are here to support you and to work with you and to really help you find the best ways that Math-Whizz can support you and your students' maths learning. So today we're going to focus on the possible ways to differentiate learning from a distance. So to kick off our discussion, we'd love to hear about any questions that you have around differentiating from a distance. Please share your questions or any comments in the chat function, and we will actually look at those and answer them. So please do that. Now, at the heart of Math-Whizz is the triangle of success. Now, it's our partnership with your school, and we endeavour to build and support the relationships between the teachers, the learners and the parents. And we all have a part to play. And this is really relevant now, at this time, because we really want to build strong relationships to support you, to share things and to communicate, so that when we do start to transition back into school, then we actually have got those relationships really built, and it's important that we continue them working together. So in this session today, we're going to explore ways you as a teacher can differentiate learning from a distance. But first, it's worth mentioning here that just by your students being on Math-Whizz means they have a unique learning journey that's individualised to their needs, and we could argue that actually you don't need to do any more. However, the current situation that we're in, and you're not teaching your students in the classroom, we want you to be aware of the flexible options that you have with Math-Whizz to differentiate. Now, one way is to direct the tutor to a specific topic. So we're going to share with you how you can do this with your class, so how we can differentiate for the whole class, how we can do it for a group of students, and also how we can do it for individuals. Now, this is really fine-tuning how we can differentiate. The best bit about it is that we can do all of this, we can achieve this from a distance, at home. So for this to happen, your students need to be using Math-Whizz weekly, and you need to be monitoring the live data on Math-Whizz on a regular basis. Now, once you've got these two routines in place, then using this formative assessment that we have in the Math-Whizz reports, this will help you then inform your decisions on how to differentiate their learning. Differentiation does not need to be hard or time-consuming on Math-Whizz. So for example, it might be that you've got your whole class that needs more time to consolidate learning in a particular topic, or you've got a group of students who haven't quite grasped the concept and you want to intervene from whatever insights that you've already gained from the data. And when we gain that sort of information, we want to act on it, and then obviously we can differentiate accordingly. Now, one way of acting on these insights is to use topic focus. Topic focus is a tool within the Math-Whizz reports, and it's there to support differentiation. It gives you, the class teacher, control over the tutor to direct not only your class, but groups of students and individuals to a chosen topic. Now, it's easy to set up, and in fact, it just takes a few clicks. And once you've set that up, your students will then continue to work in that selected topic at their own level. So they don't all do the same thing, it's at their own level for a specified time or 3 progressions, whichever comes first. Now, we're talking about differentiation today, and there are many discussions and definitions around this. But at its most simple level, differentiation is the teacher's response to variation amongst the learners in the classroom. Now, there's not a one-size-fits-all, there's no magic bullet. It relies on your professional knowledge of your students. Now, normally, we would get all of this information from our formative assessments that's continually happening in the classroom in every lesson, where we respond in the moment. And we all know to have an impact, it needs to be relevant and in real time. Now, I think you'll agree with me, you know, it can be hard work when you're in the classroom and you're doing all of this, but now obviously it's become virtually impossible. You know, with home learning now, it means you have even less opportunity to intervene immediately with your students. Now, Math-Whizz live data can help us with that, because you know you can see the gaps when you're monitoring the data, and it gives you then that opportunity to intervene as well. And as we said, you can do that all from your home. So I'm going to step into my old shoes as a teacher today, and I'm going to just demonstrate to you how Math-Whizz enables differentiation at every level with just a few clicks. Now, I know you're probably going to have your own ideas as well, so please share those in the chat. You know, we're really interested in what you think, so please share those. So I'm going to start with the class, the whole class, and I'm going to take a look at how we can differentiate for the whole class. So to do this, I'm going to take us over to reports and do it live within reports. So let's just go over to reports. Now, first of all, I need to explain, this is a dummy account. There's no real students here. These are all made up. But it's nice because I can just show you so that when you next go into your own account, you can actually then see your class. And hopefully for me showing this, it's going to support that. So I've logged in and I've gone to the class reports part. So, and now I can see my class dashboard. Now I have all the normal information that we see on usage, progressions, on maths age. So I've got all of that, but also if you then look down towards the bottom of the screen, I've got 2 other bits of information there as well, where I've got the strongest topic for my class and I've got the weakest topic. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to have a look at how we can use the topic and use topic focus for our class. Now, I'm going to go to the topic tab now. So I can either click on the tab at the top of the screen where it says topics, or I've even got one here that says go to topics. So I'm going to click on that. Now, this is going to take me to the topic tab where I can see at a glance all the topics that my class are covering and on average where my class is. And I can then use this information to direct the whole class to a topic using topic focus. Now, if I look at what I can see in front of me now, I can see that my class have some real strengths, you know, particularly in pen and paper for addition, pen and paper subtraction, and also fractions, some real strengths there. But I also can see we've got some other topics where actually, you know, that they are weaker in. And we actually saw on the main dashboard the weakest topic, which was problem solving, when we first looked at the dashboard. But obviously I can see there are some other areas that my class are also weak in. I've got mental calculations for addition and subtraction, and I've also got shape and space. So I can pick up all of that at a glance, which is really nice. So it might be for whatever reason, I might decide just to focus on some of the weaker topics. It might be that actually I want to focus my class on a topic that if we were in school now, I might actually be teaching that topic. So I might think, well, actually, let's take the class there for a short period of time for them just to focus on that. Or it might be that you're reflecting on what you've been doing before we had school closures, and actually there are some topics that you were teaching in the class that you think actually they could really do with going over these topics again for some consolidation. So it might be that you choose it for that as well. Now, I've decided today that one of my areas that my class is weak on is the shape and space. And I just want to give them a short period of time where they can just focus on that. So that's the area that I'm going to set. So what I do is I go to the tab here that says set topic focus, and I click on that. And this now gives me all of my students. Now, because I'm doing this for the class at the moment, I just need to check that box there and it ticks all of my class for me. What this information also tells me as I scroll down here is it tells me not only their current maths age within maths, so it's an average maths age overall, but it also tells me which topics they're currently working on in the tutor. So that's just some useful information. So what I do is I go to next, and now I select the topic. So I said we were going to do shape and space, so I go down to shape and space, and now I'm starting to select that for my whole class. But there's some really nice information here. Now, I don't want to get bogged down with looking at all their names and looking at all their maths age within the topic of shape and space. But what I have got is this amazing visual here, this topic age distribution bar. And at a glance, it's just showing me the spread of my class in this topic. And I can see, you know, I've got some that are sort of from the maths age of around 5.5 going up to just over 10, so quite a large spread. But also, if I hover on each of the icons, it actually tells me the child's name as well, which is really quite helpful. And really nice, you know, for a quick glance just to see where my students are. So I'm then going to carry on with the process. So if I click next, I now can select the time that I want them to be on topic focus. So I need to select the end time. Now, there's always a recommendation there, but you know, it's up to you what you choose. So I'm not going to click next, but you would then click next, review it, and then confirm. And it's as simple as that. It really is easy. And once you've set that, your students will then be directed to that topic for the duration that you've specified, or until after they've achieved 3 progressions, whichever comes first. So easy, and you're in control. So it's a really nice addition, I think, to the reports that you've got that control. Now, you might even want to think about when we're given some notice about when schools might start to open. You might even just want to set topic focus as a bit of pre-teach for your class, because you know that you're going to be teaching a particular topic as soon as they come back in, and you might want to use it in that way as well. So that's for the class. Now, I've also mentioned that we can differentiate for groups and for individuals as well. And I've known teachers to use it for a whole variety of reasons. It might be that you've got students who are finding a particular lesson or topic difficult and starting to lose motivation with going on Math-Whizz. And you may even have noticed or picked it up in their lesson history as well. So what's really nice is actually you could direct your students away from that topic for the moment, just to give them a bit of a break, give them a different topic to work on until they then go back to it through the tutor. So it's quite nice that you can direct the tutor in that way. It might be you've just picked up from your weekly monitoring. There are some individuals or groups of students that actually you feel they would benefit from you setting some topic focus for them. Or it could be that actually you've been analysing some data within within the reports, and actually you want to intervene and actually get some more data to see how they're actually accessing these particular lessons, because you're feeling that they're struggling. So I'm going to show you how we can do that now. So there's some really nice information that we can look at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm staying on the topic tab, but where it's got view here, at the moment I'm viewing topics, I'm going to change my view to students. So now I've just got, gosh, lots of information. So I've got all of my students down here, and I've got all of the topics that we're covering along the top here, and there's more. It goes on and on. A lot of information, but what it does is it tells me here the topic age for each child, and also the improvements. Now I've set the reporting period here, which is from the beginning of the academic year until now. So, but you can change that. That's totally up to you what reporting period you want. But what it shows in brackets then is the improvements that each student has made during that time. So I'm going to go to mental calculations, addition and subtraction. I'm just going to change my view by clicking on that. It now orders it for me. And you can see here, I've got a group of students actually that have made no improvement. And I want to delve a bit deeper and find out. So I'm going to set topic focus for them, because then I can then spend some time just looking in their lesson history to see what's happening really, and if there are any problems that they're having. So I'm going to set topic focus. So now I'm just going to set it for those students. So I just check their boxes there, and then I'm going to go to next, and I'm going to set the topic, which was mental calculations, addition and subtraction. And now you can see I've just got my group. And once again, we've got that wonderful visual of the topic age distribution bar. And then I just continue through to set it for them. So once again, really easy. But what I want to show you as well here is, oh, let's just cancel that, is I'm just going to go to another student because there's some interesting information here. So I've just clicked on a student's name. That's taken me now to their reports. And I'm going to go to their history, because I keep mentioning lesson history, so I just want to go there and show you that. Now here, this is where, if you're setting it for a group or individuals, you might find this a really useful area to go to, because here I can see the topics that they've been working on. I can see whether it's been a test or an exercise, or sometimes you might even find that replay comes up there as well. I can see the dates that they've been working on it, how long it's taken to do the lesson, but also this is quite interesting because I can see how many helps they've had. And you know, here, this is interesting for pen and paper division. This child has had 14 helps for that lesson. So, you know, that might give me an indication that actually they were struggling quite a lot. The other thing is it tells me the mark that they got for the exercise or for the test. And obviously we have a benchmark, which is 70% for the exercise and 60% for the test. And, you know, if they go under that, I can see that as well, which is quite useful information. I also have over here, this tells me that the exercise wasn't completed. So I can really start to get a really good picture, some really good insights about individual children, and, you know, that I can then set topic focus for, or I might want to review it after they've been in topic focus just to have a look at how they've got on, and that can really help me as a class teacher. Now I'm just going to go back to my class very quickly, and I'm just going to go back into topics because there's one last thing I'm going to show you before we go back to our slides. Now, I think it's really easy to miss this, which is why I just wanted to point it out, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. But here, this shows us our topic progress, and we've talked about that. But there's another tab here that that's our topic focus report. And this just tells us about our students, about the current topic focus that might be set for them, or which was their last one. I'll leave you to have a play and have a look in there, but that's just a really nice overview and record of topic focus and where your students are with it. So that's another good area to go to. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the slides. There's one last thing before I hand over to Stephanie that I just want to remind you about, really, is that I've spoken a lot about setting topic focus, but it can't be set for all students. So if you've already got a student that you've set topic focus for, you can't set it again until they have finished it. So anyone already in topic focus, we cannot set it for. If you've got any students who are unassessed, then you can't set it for them. Or if you've got any students who've already completed the Math-Whizz curriculum, you can't set it for them. Now, I don't know if you've been ultra observant this afternoon, but when I set topic focus, I don't know if you noticed there were 3 categories. I had my class and list of names there. They are the students who are ready to cover that topic when I was setting it. But there are 2 other columns as well, and there's one called not ready and one completed. So you can't set it for them. So any students who aren't ready to start a topic because they're not at that level and they're not ready to do it, you won't be able to set it for them. But they will just continue with their normal tutoring journey. And the same for those who've completed a topic. once again, they will just continue their normal tutoring journey. Now, you might be thinking, well, actually, I still want to intervene with these students. I still want to do something with them. So we've actually got a whole wealth of resources in Teachers Resource to support you with how you differentiate. So I'm going to hand over to Stephanie now, who's going to run through the resources that we have in Teachers Resource that can support you.
Perfect, thank you, Fiona. So like Fiona mentioned, if we're wanting some resources for students who may not be ready for topic focus, or you're wanting to find some offline resources, this can be found in Teachers Resources. So when you log into whizz.com as a member of your school, you're probably going to be more familiar with clicking on that green button to get a look at those reporting and the reporting data, but you may not be as familiar with the content available to you in Teachers Resource. So I just want to show you here that you just click the blue button and it'll bring up the content that you see on the screen on the right. So as Fiona said, we do have a range of resources within here to differentiate learning, and Teachers Resources has a bank of over 1,200 lessons that are organized by grade and then by topic, and then within those topics they have difficulty levels. So you could use these lessons to provide additional support to those individuals or small groups of students that you noticed during your weekly monitoring in the reports, like Fiona showed us. And you can also download applicable worksheets related to the topics and then make them available on your learning platform or whatever method that you use. And so students could use these to do some offline consolidation and practice. And then also for students who have completed the topic, it is important to give them opportunities to deepen their understanding and apply what they know. So here we have a range of extension problems that would be good for this. And we also have rubric-based performance tasks for offline learning as well. And then finally, you might also be hearing from parents and caregivers that their student is struggling with a specific topic during this time, and you're not able to reach them with Teachers Resource or set that topic focus. But in this case, we could also advise the caregiver that their student may want to spend some time reinforcing their skills in Topic Challenge. And this is accessed right from the student's account by selecting that menu from the top right corner from the student's home screen. And here the student will find a bank of lessons that are organized by topic still, but they're slightly below the student's topic ages. So it's a great place for students to build those foundational skills in topics where they may need additional support or practice. And I'll hand it back over to Fiona to summarize what we've talked about today.
Thank you. So we have actually gone through a lot of content today, and I'm just going to quickly summarize some key takeaways. So to be able to differentiate the learning from a distance, your students do need to be using Math-Whizz. So making sure they schedule in the 60 minutes a week or at least completing 3 progressions is really important. And then obviously the other key thing is that then you monitor that data as well. And if you do that, you then can use that information within the reports to set topic focus, and all of that's really going to help inform what you want to do, those decisions you want to make, to differentiate from a distance. So when you do set topic focus, remember you can now set it for the class, for groups and individuals, so they can be, you can actually have that control over the tutor to direct those students to that particular topic. And then we do have just a wealth of materials in Teachers Resource that can really help supplement what you do and actually save you time. We've got a lot there, so it could help save you some time as well, rather than having to make or find other things. So just to go through some next steps. So just make sure that you do monitor your reports weekly, and we've just gone through how to set topic focus today. Just have a go onto reports, familiarize yourself with topic focus, and it is, as I've shown you, very, very easy to do. And it's worth just thinking about how you might want to differentiate learning for your class, for groups or individual students. And just that wealth of material that we've got on Teachers Resource as well, it's there at your fingertips. So don't forget, that's there to support you. Now, if you want any further information, please contact your Education Success Partner, which is Stephanie. She's more than happy to talk you through anything we've spoken about today or any other questions that you have around Math-Whizz. We also have a lot more guidance and activities on the website, in the school's resource hub section. So please go there. These in addition to what we have on Math-Whizz. So, you know, it's worth having a look. And also guiding your parents there as well, because there's a lot for them. And if you need any more information, then we have a wonderful support team who you can email at support@whizz.com. Or if we also have the Whizz Assist, which is the live chat, which is that speech bubble you can see on the screen. Just click on that and within 10 seconds, they will respond. They are incredible. So don't forget, we have that support there for you as well. So we hope that you now feel more empowered to be able to use Math-Whizz to differentiate from a distance and have a better understanding of how the Math-Whizz reports and topic focus can support you with this. Now, I did say we have time now to answer any questions that you have or any comments. So we'll go there now and have a look at those. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. So Stephanie, shall I hand over to you for the questions?
Yes, we don't currently have any, but I invite you to just include those in the chat feature. We have a lot of thank yous for the session. One comment was from a teacher, I'm now rethinking how I use this with a number of my students. I was only focusing on my lower students, but this is helpful for all students and building individual skills, which is wonderful. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to support.
Okay. And I think because we've got such a small group, there's only a few of you left, if you want to unmute yourselves and talk to us rather than typing in the chat, then we're more than happy to spend the last couple of minutes doing that. So please feel free to do that if you want to.
Going easy on us today.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we leave it there then? So thank you so much for joining us. And please, if you've got any questions and you haven't wanted to ask them whilst we're doing this webinar, then please get in touch with Stephanie, or please get in touch with our support team, and we will be there ready to answer your questions. So thank you for joining us, and have a nice day. Thank you.